You want to know how I knew Santa existed? Because I don't remember how old I was, but on Christmas morning, I came down the steps and there was my Barbie dream house. And I screamed. I was so happy. I was so freaking excited because I was like, that's what I really wanted, a Barbie dream house. And as you can see, I'm going to give a pre-review about Barbie, and then half of the men have tuned out of listening. I understand. I'm sure you've already seen the numbers. It's going to be the movie of the year financially. Why? Because that's something that, firstly, this is like the importance of knowing your audience. You're targeting women, and what do all women have in common other than the fact that we all love Brad Pitt and we all equally secretly hate each other and gossip behind each other's backs? We all love Barbie. So obviously the Barbie film targeted their audience, which was, what you're supposed to do as a film, I haven't seen the film yet. I don't like seeing films opening weekend. It's too crowded. Too many people are talking. Too many people like randomly cough and sneeze and I miss a line. I don't like seeing opening weekend films. But here's my problem with Barbie. Gosh, Ashley, you're such an anti-feminist. I don't like that word. Number one, I don't like that people are comparing it to Oppenheimer, because Oppenheimer is a real life story, a real life tragedy, as opposed to Barbie, which I hear and see that it's a dark comedy. Spoiler alert, I'm sure most of you men have already stopped listening. I understand once again. I think that it's interesting what they did with the storyline of the film. Firstly, I thought that it was to be a kid's film, definitely not meant for kids. But I think that it's very interesting that they've basically flipped the switch, The Kens are the useless ones. Obviously, they're making a metaphor for how women are useless in the real world, and the Barbies do everything, making a metaphor for how men do everything in the real world. And I don't know, I've always enjoyed Barbie because, for me, Barbie showed me that I could literally do anything and everything, which I learned the hard way. I can't do everything. And it's obviously going to be nominated for Best Costume Design because everything looks so cute. Everything looks so hyper stylized. Margot Robbie is like top 3 most beautiful women in the world. Number 1 is obviously Marilyn Monroe. Number 2 is obviously Angelina Jolie. And number 3 is Margot Robbie. She was born to play Barbie. Okay, so going back more to my issue with this Barbie film, I think that they shove a bit too much down our throats that men are useless, dumb idiots. Or if you want to get real dark, why don't we make it a battle between the toys and their owners? The Barbies and Kens fighting back, being like, "Stop abusing us." That would have been a really cool dark kind of storyline, rather than being like, "Us Barbies are better than you, Ken." It felt kind of lazy for something that already has such a creative plot. Keep going. Keep going. Think more. Think bigger. But I'm not going to pay to see it. I'm probably just going to wait for it to come on Netflix or whatever, because it doesn't entice me. It doesn't really excite me very much. It kind of feels like a marriage between, or a failed marriage between, the film Enchanted, where, the princess goes out into the real world and is like, oh, this is nothing like my fairy tale world. But then eventually the princess, grows up. And what's the cheerleading movie? You like my cheerleading outfit? What's the cheerleading movie? Bring It On. It kind of feels like a failed marriage between that, but like I said, regardless, it's gonna win. It's gonna make. I bet it's probably gonna make $1 trillion. I bet it's definitely gonna make $1 trillion. Those actors, those people on set are definitely gonna get their residuals. Here's the dark shit that I want to share with you. People say that, oh, there's no such thing as groomers. There's no such thing as predators. But I think we're picturing like people who look like Jeffrey Dahmer, but it's literally people, everyday people who look just like you and I. I know someone sends them money and they don't have to do anything. They just send them money for no reason. And I'm like, you should really stop communicating with them, because no one gives you anything for free, and they're going to expect something from you eventually. And it sounds so unbelievable because it's a guy, it's a teenage boy, and it's this grown-ass woman sending him money, and she's not a family member. And none of his family knows who this woman is. Why are you talking to a teenager in the first place? You don't have any grown-up friends? You don't have any adult friends? I don't know who to go to about this, but I'm definitely going to report this lady, because that's not normal and that's not okay. And like I said, we look for like creepos, but it's everyday people who are preying on these kids. And when it's your turn to be brave, be brave. That's it. I need to eat. I haven't eaten anything all day. How are you still alive, Ashley? Ha! That's a great question. Wait, last thing, and then I'm done talking about Barbie. Someone told me to put on a shirt. The oppressor, the man. No, that's not the thing I want to say. Someone pointed out, so how is it that Barbie becomes like human size in the human world in the film? Like, how do they like justify that? Okay, that's it. I'm thinking way too logically about this now. This movie is about fucking Barbie. Stop being logical about something that's supposed to be fun. Okay, that's it. Wait, last thing, and then I'm done talking about Barbie. Someone told me to put on a shirt. The oppressor, the man. No, that's not the thing I want to say. Someone pointed out, so how is it that Barbie becomes like human size in the human world in the film? Like, how do they like justify that? Okay, that's it. I'm thinking way too logically about this now. This movie is about fucking Barbie. Stop being logical about something that's supposed to be fun. Okay, that's it.